People are getting angry, and they're saying, well, how can you say something like that about a 14-year-old girl, and does that make you feel good to make these horrible jokes about a kid who's completely innocent, minding her own business, and turns out she was at the ball game. I had no idea she was there. And then I was watching the Jim Lehrer NewsHour, and this commentator, the columnist Mark Shields, is talking about how I had made this indefensible joke about the 14-year-old girl, and I thought, oh boy, now I'm beginning to understand what the problem is here. It's the perception rather than the intent. It doesn't make any difference what my intent was, it's the perception. And as they say about jokes, that if you have to explain the joke, it's not a very good joke. And I'm certainly, thank you. I feel that I need to do the right thing here and apologize for having told that joke. It's not your fault that it was misunderstood. It's my fault that it was misunderstood. Thank you.
And then he went on, and he gave an apology to the entire family.
Yeah. And she just came out with a response. I just want to read it real quick. This is from Governor Sarah Palin. She says, of course, the apology is accepted on behalf of young women like my daughters who hope men who joke about public displays of sexual exploitation of girls will soon evolve. Letterman certainly has the right to joke about whatever he wants to, and thankfully we have the right to express our reaction. And this is all thanks to our U.S. military, women and men, putting their lives on the line for us to secure America's right to free speech. In this case, may that right be used to promote equality and respect. That's from Governor Sarah Palin. I have to say, I believe David Letterman 100% that he didn't know a 14-year-old girl was involved.
Absolutely.
It doesn't make it better. I wouldn't joke about an 18-year-old girl either, but the idea that he was talking about as the governor put it, the statutory rape of a 14-year-old, to me, is a little absurd.
Which he wasn't doing. And let me just say, again, and I know conservatives are going to be angry when I say this, but it would have been much better for Sarah Palin to say the Palin family accepts David Letterman's apology.
Period.
Period.
Absolutely.
And you know what? Maybe I wouldn't be that cool and calculated if they said that about my 14-year-old daughter. I'm sure I'd be angry, but that would have been the best political move. Maybe it would have been the best move as a parent, but...
And I'm not sure you would have done that.
She thinks...
Sorry.
No, I probably would have been a lot more upset, but bringing the military and free speech and everything else, it just smacks of politics.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Just say, we appreciate the apology, period, and be done with it, and then let everybody else, as I said yesterday, attack David Letterman if you really want to keep this in the news. But as I said earlier, and again, a lot of conservatives don't understand this isn't in Sarah Palin's best interest to be caught up in a back and forth with a late-night comic, because
I'm sure it's not in her best interest politically, but I think as a mother, it's a whole different ball game.
And that's
maybe that's why, you know,
I'm talking
we need
politics.
to let it go.
Right, and I'm only talking politics.
Well,
I understand the personal reaction.
Yeah, I would definitely react strongly to that, and I would not give a damn about politics. I don't care if I was running for...
As would I. I think, as would every parent, you know, if it were your daughter or your son or whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, would you, Mika, in accepting Dave's apology, say, you know, I accept his apology, and I'm so glad he offered it, and that's why the troops are in Iraq fighting? I mean, come on.
No, I would have done exactly what Joe is saying, but in my response to it before I got the apology, because clearly it took several days, if not a week, to get the apology, apparently. And apparently he tried to sort of, you know, do a few other things just to gloss it over, and then realized he finally had to apologize.
Right.
I would have been ripped. And you know what? The words that would have come out of my mouth would have been far worse than what came out of her mouth. Yeah,
you know, also, I mean, let's just say it right here, just to be really honest about what's going on. David Letterman also has a chance to win the late night wars for the first time in a long time, and I suspect he's probably getting tons of email.
Yeah.
He certainly, we saw from his first apology, he's certainly not responding to the feelings of the Palins or the Palins' daughters. And so, just cynically, he's in the middle of a race against Conan. He's got a chance to be #1 again. And I know over at CBS, they're thinking this really couldn't have come at a worse time for him or the show.
Right.
So,
right.
True.
Oh, we have Capehart with
now the winner for him would be If I were David, I would keep apologizing, because the winner is get Sarah Palin on your show, and guess what you have? A Hugh Grant moment.
Yeah. Wait.
Yeah. Well, when Hugh Grant went on Leno, that was the first time Hugh Grant is a British actor. He went to L.A. while he was dating Elizabeth Hurley.
I know the story, which is why the parallel is curious.
He parked his car.
Stop it.
That's when Leno turned the corner.
That's when Leno.
Enough.
They were just talking. They were just talking. Yeah, that's the first time Leno beat Dave.
And he never looked back.
He never looked back. So when I say that it is a Hugh Grant moment, that's what I meant.
Here with us now, editorial writer for the Washington Post and MSNBC contributor Jonathan Capehart.
And Jonathan Capehart.
Hi, Jonathan.
Hey.
Thank you.
Hello. You know, Joe, I am so glad you said what you said about Sarah Palin's apology and why she didn't just stop at I accept the apology. It's sort of endemic of one of her problems, and that is she talks too much. She'll say something that's perfectly fine, and then she keeps going and just reminds people of why she's not taken as seriously as she could be taken.
Okay.
I just wanted to throw that out there. Hi, Mika.
Her, and somehow we're all blaming this on her.
No, we're not blaming her. We're not blaming her at all.
Not blaming her at all.
Now we're judging her reaction to an apology. You know what?
What could it be? Okay, I'll stop.
Yes, thank you. Let's do the must-read op-eds.
Moving right along.
Less is much more in this case. You attack someone's daughter, you get what you get, and you get a right to speak out if you're that daughter's mother.
And I'm with you on this one.
Thank you. New York Times.
I'm with you.
This is a good story.
Wasted my time.
I want you all to look very closely at this.
Oh,
so,
you know what? I know about this.
I'm walking around downtown a couple weeks ago. My sister lives down there.
I thought I saw you downtown in Soho gazing up at something and there was slobber going down your face.
No. I'm jaded. I'm cynical. It's hard to shock me. I got to tell you, I was a little shocked. Check out this billboard for Calvin Klein. It's down on Houston and Lafayette. What we've got here, friends, is some youngsters having some fun on a couch. Looks like maybe a Jennifer's convertible pullout. There's three kids up on the couch, and then you got one gentleman. I don't know what he's doing down there. And
I would just say,
Lewis.
I would just say for everyone out there who was outraged at David Letterman's joke about Sarah Palin's children.
That's disgusting.
This is exploitation. This is something to be outraged about.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
You're really outraged?
Absolutely.
No, I am totally with you, Barnicle.
Thank you.
And you guys are a bunch of perverts if you think that's okay. Those kids are like at least in their 20s or not even.
No,
do we really need that?
Listen, I'm shocked and Willie's shocked.
Oh, please.
We're going to
Don't make
come out
me
with a
mad.
statement shortly.
I'm serious. You know what? I could say one thing that would shut
Freedom
you
of
up.
speech that our troops are fighting.
Do you want your daughter walking down the street looking at that?
No.
Okay, fine.
And besides, our troops are fighting, so she doesn't have to.
Or something.
Something
like that. But listen, it's Calvin Klein. We can't be totally shocked. It's what they do. It's New York City. We're a little more liberal with the things we put up on the billboards. I say it's America.
You know what?
You have a right to advertise your product.
Maybe we should just move this to higher ground.
Should we?
Yes. Let's talk.
You lead the way, Joe.
Okay, I will.